Hello again, chaps and chapettes. How are we all doing? It is lovely to see you all again, as always. I just wanted to share a brief conversation. Well, maybe not so brief actually. It was about 20-25 minutes. A brief conversation I had with a Tesco delivery driver that delivered our shopping this afternoon. Now, initially, the conversation started when our buns, and my missus bought some hot cross buns as well because her and the kids like them, and I can't stand them. Anything with raisins in, I can't be doing with Eccles cakes, shit like that. No, get them in the bin, I can't be doing with them. But anyway, she bought some hot cross buns and some buns, some proper buns, that you put bacon in and cheese and ham and shit like that. And they were in the crate, they bring crates. Is one thing that really pisses me off, guys, about when you get delivered shopping to your door. There's no plastic bags anymore, no carrier bags anymore, and that really gets on my wick because you have to pick out every single item out of the crate and put it on the floor or into some reusable bags that they try and push on you now. £5 in the co-op for a reusable bag. Absolute disgrace. I'm telling you, they should get these biodegradable bags that the co-op do now. The co-op do these, they're quite flimsy, don't get me wrong. These biodegradable plastic bags that will obviously degrade into the ground when they get put into landfill, etc. Why don't they fucking put them in? I mean, Jesus Christ, I am sick to death of getting this shopping in with each individual item being picked up by hand. It gets on my tits. I'm a lazy bastard. It's annoying. It's time consuming. It's time that could be better spent elsewhere. But anyway, I digress. I'm going off on one. Anyway, the conversation started when the packers at Tesco put the buns and hot cross buns underneath the potatoes. I mean, the mind boggles, guys. I mean, the logic would be put eggs, grapes, bread, buns, shit like that on the top of the crates, away from the heavy stuff. I mean, that's quite simple. It's rudimentary. A 7-year-old could work that out, but obviously not. No. And we got chatting to that. It all started then. We got talking about how these youngsters who are packing the shopping are just like a one-stop shop, really. It's students and youngsters, just like a stepping stone, get a bit of beer money, stuff like that, and then away they go. They don't really give a shit. They just bung in any old hour and, just carry on as always. And they're all good money, by the way, guys. These people that pack your shopping into these crates, the delivery driver said they're about £12 an hour. Now that's a fucking good wage for such a menial job. Now, fair enough, yeah, he did tell me they have to get up at like 4 o'clock in the morning and work like 12-hour shifts and that, it's not an easy job, like, but £12 an hour, fucking hell, I would have buzzed off that if I was like 18, 19 years old. I was on probably half that wage. I was a waiter in some sort of cafe bistro. It was a good job, but I wasn't very good at it. I didn't have the patience for customers and the complaints. It's got me angry. I can't be doing with people complaining. Anyway, it got off to the conversation of that, and we were talking about how people below certain pay grades are on the same level now. Like usually, back in the day, you had someone who broke the back, did the graft and got paid the most, and you had the bottom feeders at the bottom who did the menial labour jobs, go and get the sandwiches, go and get a cup of tea, and then were like half or a quarter of the wage of the people at the top. But it doesn't seem to be like that anymore. It's equality bullshit. Everyone gets paid the same. It's like when you go to a child sports day now, the people who win don't get a certificate. Well, they do get a certificate, but the children who came second, third, fourth and fifth also get a certificate. Oh, they took part, they should get a winning medal. No. The people who win the events should get the medal. The people who came last and second, they get silver, bronze, and that's it. That's the cut-off point. Not 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, just to make them feel better. You've got to instill it into the children, particularly children, that you've got to work for your awards. You've got to work for a living. You can't just skate by and do nothing, come last at tasks that your boss set you. You can't get paid the same as someone who's at the top, who's miles above your pay grade, who's miles above your abilities within the job. God, I'm going right on a tangent here. I'm getting all this shit off my chest all in one go. Anyway, back to the story at hand. Anyway, the conversation started with these youngsters putting the heavy stuff on top of the bread, and they were saying, the delivery man was saying to me, how these youngsters don't care. They just shove it all in because they go to work, and if they get sacked, it doesn't really matter because the students, it doesn't really matter. It's just a bit of beer money, beer tokens, clothes, and stuff like that. And then we started getting on about politics and immigration and Nigel Farage and the Reform Party, and this stunned me. I wasn't expecting this. From a Tesco driver, we must have been stood on my doorstep for about a good 25 minutes. I had him talking for 25 minutes, usually with his delivery drivers. You have a quick hello, how you doing? Oh yeah, not too bad. Get the shit into the door, and then, off they go. But this guy was on one. He was talking about politics, like I say. He was talking about how useless Nigel Farage, how useless Keir Starmer is, and the Labour government, and how they got in, etc., etc. And it just got me to thinking. I see a lot of people commenting how isolated they feel with their political views and how alone they feel. But believe me, guys, people like you and me are out there. It's just a lot of people, like I've stipulated this before in past videos, so I do apologise for repeating myself, but I do think it's worth a video anyway. People are afraid to come out and speak about their political views unless the person they're speaking to speaks first, like I did. I spoke about the equality thing within the workplace, and that's where I got onto the sports day thing, and I gave him various examples of what I was talking about, and he was fully agreeing with me. He was coming out of all this bullshit. He was saying his daughter recently got sectioned in a psychiatric ward. She had some sort of like nervous breakdown, NHS run, by the way, and she got this meal deal. She had like a cheese sandwich, a banana, and a yogurt. And he said to the nurse, he said, "Oh, I won't mind some of it. I'm fucking starving." He said, "Oh, yeah, trying to be a fine thing." The nurse said to him, "Do you know how much that cost? A cheese sandwich, a banana, and a yogurt," I think he said. £17 for a sandwich, a banana, and a yogurt. No wonder the NHS is on its ass. It's corrupt. They are wasting money on trivialities such as that when it could be done in a kitchen with a team of youngsters. Instead of packing Tesco crates and crushing my bread, they could be in hospitals making sandwiches, putting fruit on a fucking tray and putting a yogurt on a tray. Simple tasks that even a child of 12 could do. I mean, the amount of money that gets wasted on the NHS never ceases to amaze me, particularly with stories like this, first-hand stories of someone who is within the service of the NHS, who's got a close relative within there, and you come back with these stories from the nurses and the doctors and the orderlies and, the porters and stuff like that. You get talking to people in the hospitals, and you come out with these amazing stories. The amount of money that gets spent and wasted on the NHS is nothing short of unbelievable, guys. No wonder it is a bottomless money pit. I'm telling you now, millions upon millions thrown at the NHS, and it just gets sunk right into a bottomless pit. You've got diversity managers, you've got managers at the top, pen pushers, pushing staples around a fucking desk all day, getting paid, 60, 70, 80 grand a fucking year or something like that, something stupid, a wage that we could only dream of. But anyway, I'm digressing yet again. I do apologise, guys. I've got a lot on my chest. I've not made a video for over a week now, so I do apologise. I've had a lot playing on my mind. But yeah, this Tesco guy was fantastic. It just goes to show that we are everywhere, in every nook and cranny. Reform voters, people who are against what we're going through at the moment, the wokeism and shit like that, and Labour and stuff like that. We must be everywhere, in every nook and cranny. It's just people don't let it be known. Like I said to you, people are afraid of being called a racist or a xenophobe or Islamophobic or transphobe, any other this fucking stupid bullshit words that people intend on calling us. But yeah, I just wanted to bring this to you guys. Something as random as a Tesco delivery can make you realise that there's like-minded people like you and me just round every corner. All you got to do is just scratch at the surface a little bit and you will find them. Believe me, just like I did today. Like I say, good 20-25 minute chat. He was late for his next delivery. He was late on my delivery, so he must be late on his next one. But I had him on there, on the doorstep, for nearly a good half hour, talking about politics, reform, Nigel Farage, Boris Johnson, immigration, NHS, Maggie Thatcher, the miners' strikes, the whole fucking lot. We covered it all. And you know what? Every single conversation we had, little conversation, we agreed. And he said, do you know what, mate? It's a lovely, lovely change to meet someone on the same wavelength as me. That's because he doesn't open his mouth first. He has to wait for the other person to come forward and express their political views and express their opinions before they feel comfortable and expressing their own, because they know they're not going to get turned around and being called a racist or get reported to their superiors or their managers and possibly lose their jobs. And that in itself is a crying shame. Right, I just thought I'd bring that to you guys. I'm sorry it's a bit gibberish, a bit all over the place. You know, I had a lot to get off my chest. I hadn't seen you for over a week. I've been very busy. I'm currently sorting the back garden out in the new house. We've had various landscape gardeners around and quartz and all this shit, and oh god, I can't be doing with it. So I thought, right, it's time to catch up with you guys, my good friends over on YouTube. So yeah, let me know what you think in comments, guys. Do you have any interactions such as this with maybe postmen, milkmen, delivery men, Tesco men, Asda men? Do let me know in the comments if you agree with what I say. People don't tend to let their political views be known if they are right of the woke mind virus over there somewhere. Anyway, let me know in comments what you think, and yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Cheers, guys.